we're processing, hundreds of millions of dollars a month, billions of dollars a year in B2B payments. And we can use legacy rails like Swift. We can also use new rails like stablecoins. The issue that both of them have downsides to them, right? And so when you think about Swift, for example, Swift is a network that connects banks, right? So there's a network of correspondent banks that essentially pass information to each other. Number one problem is that doesn't include any sort of identity or compliance data, right? It's purely the payment information. And the way that it's done, and I actually worked in banks. I was in bank in the US. And so the way that it's done sometimes, it's really archaic, right? So for example, if Mauricio here, pretend he's a bank and he wanted to send money to Emily, oftentimes what happens is there's literally a fax that comes through, right? There's a human that receives that fax. They read it. They type it into a terminal. They pass a piece of paper, maybe actually to Andre, right, to go back to Emily. So this process is inefficient. It's error prone. Lots of issues around that. On the other hand, you have, for example, stablecoin rails. So USDC, USDT, all these sort of things. They're great. They're super quick, super cheap, very transparent. The problem with them is that because they're new, the financial system doesn't trust them, right? So our banking partners, some of our financial partners, they need to see the compliance data that's attached to it. They need to be sure that this is, essentially clean money. And what tbDEX is doing, this is why we're integrating, this is why I like working with these guys so much, is they're actually combining the two, right? So you have a messaging protocol that's actually programmatic, that's efficient, that you don't need to pass pieces of papers around. You actually have an API you can plug into, and it's the same API for everybody. And at the same time, it also includes compliance data, identity data. So we actually know within the same transaction, essentially, where's the money coming from, what's the purpose of it, and we know that's been verified. It's regulatory compliant according to whatever regulatory regime in each country, and that creates a huge opportunity for us, I think.